to another live reaction here at I'm Not a Coach. I'm your host, Dave Huerta. Thank you so much for joining us on the final day of the regular season of the 2025 NFL season. Did not mean to rhyme, but hey, But we got a good one for you today, man. It's going to be the Green Bay Packers finishing off their season before they head off to the wild card round next week, and they're going to go up against the Minnesota Vikings. So Minnesota has been eliminated from the playoffs for the last few weeks now. They have nothing really to play for other than a little bit of pride and maybe a little bit of momentum for next season. But on top of that, they're going up against a division rival, a rival that has really dominated the division for a long freaking time. So anytime they have a chance to beat the Green Bay Packers, you can expect Kevin O'Connell and his crew to be doing everything they can to get a win here today. So for the Packers, they have nothing to play for. Once again, they're locked in as the number 7 seed, regardless of whether they win or lose or anybody else wins or loses. They are locked in at number 7. So no Jordan Love, no Malik Willis. It'll actually be Clayton Tune, the third stringer, that will be getting the nod here today at quarterback. So we'll see how many starters for Green Bay not only do actually start, but how many of them are actually going to be able to play for most of this game. I think Green Bay is very much just trying to get healthy into the playoffs, maybe play with a little bit of momentum, get these guys kind of excited for this game, and hopefully they can carry some really good vibes into that wild card matchup, which will either be against the Chicago Bears. If they get a win, Chicago will be the 2nd seed. They will be going up against the Green Bay Packers. It'll be in Chicago. Or if Chicago loses and Philadelphia gets a win, then the Green Bay Packers will head over to the city of brotherly love to take on the Eagles for the 2nd consecutive playoff season. So at the end of the day, Green Bay will know at the end of today whether they will be heading off to Chicago or Philadelphia. But regardless, 2 teams that Green Bay lost to this season. They did beat Chicago earlier, but obviously could not get the win a couple weeks ago. So we'll see, man. Hopefully Green Bay can get some stuff going here early, so that way they can probably just rest some of the bigger names, head on off to the bench, and just kind of coast. But thank you so much, man. Dahlia, what's going on? Go Pack Go, ready for this game. Let's go. David Stegosaurus, woo to you, my man. Hopefully you're doing well. And then Eben, go Pack Go. Let's go, baby. That's from a Detroit fan right there, man. I appreciate you, buddy. Go Pack Go. Hopefully, oh man, do I want to? I feel like Green Bay would match up better against Chicago, but Philly, that offense, you never know what you're going to get. So either way, man, hopefully Detroit gives you a good game, my man. All right, kick is away. Caught right at the goal line. Minnesota returning it to the 15, to the 20, 25, and will be stopped up right around the 29. David, I have to watch the Giants and Cowboys or Grandpas at Titans. LOL. Cowboys botch kickoff. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. Look at that. They got J Love. No, it looks like he does have pads, but will not be playing in this game. Let's go, 3rd string. Yeah. All right. Minnesota in the eye. Ball at the 29. And it is J.J. McCarthy running, handing the ball off. And it's going to be Jordan Mason going off for some big yardage across the 40 down near the 44. So Minnesota hitting Green Bay with a 15-yard run to start this game. Not a great start there for the Packer defense. Yeah, J.J. McCarthy, 57% completion rating, 11 touchdown passes, but 12 interceptions this year. So not a great start. Play action, J.J. with a little bit of time, steps up in the pocket, delivers a heck of a throw, gets it down to the 40 of Green Bay in an explosive play to Justin Jefferson, and the Minnesota Vikings already on their first 2 plays, picking up over 30 plus yards on the ground, through the air. Packers defense looking soft right now. They said if they absolutely have to, J Love will be on the field ready to play a little ball. Yeah. Because I think Malik is completely out. I don't think he's active in this game. So they did have to have a backup to the backup. Run to the left, picks up a yard. And there it is. Diggs, the newly acquired corner from Dallas there. Trayvon Diggs, former second-round pick from 2020, I believe. Actually came in the same draft class for the Cowboys that Micah Parsons came in. Also, that was the same year that the Packers drafted Jordan Love. Nice little end around there to the left side. That'll pick up a first down gain of about 10 for Justin Jefferson. And Jefferson has had a very down year compared to his pace. Borderline, I think if he would have had another fantastic season, he would have been breaking records again. And I think right now the Minnesota Vikings have an opportunity against a Packer team that is resting a lot of their guys. They have a chance to give Jefferson the ball quite a bit in this game. So something tells me they're going to force feed Jefferson the ball quite a bit. All right, ball to 29. Play action. Gets out of a sack. Gets out of another sack. And J.J. McCarthy laying the shoulder on Keyshawn Nixon. There's going to be a flag right there on, I believe, J.J. McCarthy. He was talking some smack. And J.J. is telling, hey, that's on me. That's on me. Yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind the trash talk. It's the final game of the year. You're not making the playoffs. It's against a rival. Probably needs to keep his composure, but at the end of the day, no matter what happens here, Minnesota is not going to be playing after today. So, unless he might have said some outlandish stuff, I don't know. Hopefully, he didn't say anything too crazy. But Dave is rooting for the Browns today with the last election, and the Raiders with his sweater. There you go, man. Got to root on for the Pirates. Arg. Eben watching the game right now. Let's go, baby. Let's go. 2nd and 19. JJ in the shotgun. Play action. Throws it out to number 36. I believe that is Scott. Yes, it is. He picks up about 2 there. So 3rd and very long. Let's see. How many people? Let's go. Right now, man, we got 4 people watching, man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Please, if you get a chance, leave a like, subscribe. It helps out the video, helps out the channel a ton, man. So thank you so much. All right, we got 3rd and 17, ball at the 36. J.J. McCarthy dumps it underneath, gets it out to Jefferson, and he will stumble his way down to the 25, gain of 11. Yeah, so that personal foul on J.J. McCarthy looks like he cost his team some points here, man. All right. So Will Ricard on for this 43-yarder, trying to get Minnesota on the board on this opening drive, and the kick is perfect. We got 10:27 here in the first, and Minnesota able to strike with a field goal on the opening drive. Once again, they were looking great, man, down the field. In the running game, in the passing game, looked like J.J. McCarthy was able to make a decent play, making a few guys miss, throwing a stiff arm, picking up about 5 yards. But personal foul after the play, talking some smack. Got a little too aggressive, apparently, for the referee's liking, and ended up costing his team a couple yards. And that kind of put them behind the chains on the next couple plays, and they had to settle for a field goal. David, whoops, correction. It's Grandpa's at Houston on my other channel. Hey, let's go. All right, all right. Look at that, man. The Grandpa's trying to get a win here. I don't think Philip Rivers is playing, right? They went with the rookie quarterback. Trying to remember his name, Riley, right? Riley. David J.J. McCarthy will throw a pick six next time. Let's go, baby. Come on. Let's maybe he's still in the holiday mood. Maybe he's trying to give out a couple gifts before the season ends. But yeah, Dahlia, David, Eben, how you guys doing today, man? How's your weekend been? How's your New Year's, man? I haven't seen some of you guys since last year. I thought that was funny. But yeah, man, did anybody catch that game last night? Seattle, San Francisco? Wild. Absolutely wild, wild, wild win. And speaking of Seattle, man, the Vikings' former quarterback from last year, Sam Darnold, able to redeem himself just a little bit, man. He was in the situation last year with Minnesota going against Detroit, had a chance to secure the number one seed for the Minnesota Vikings, and they absolutely got just trounced by Detroit. But this season, new team, new city, and a new Sam Darnold able to get a 13-3 victory and help Seattle secure the number one seed in the NFC. Dahlia, thank you, thank you, thank you. David, the New Year's jokes are going strong. Heck yeah, man. I'm hoping to keep them going until 2027, baby. I didn't see any of the games last night. Oh yeah, you were with the family. You were with the family. My bad. But yeah, how'd it go, man? How was the party? How was the get together? Hopefully there was some good food, some good times. I missed the game. Husband's extended family Christmas gathering. I did have you in the background. Let's go. Let's go. They're probably like, who's that funny looking dude on your screen? And you're like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people didn't know that there was going to be a game on Saturday, or games on Saturday. Yeah, the NFL I don't think did a pretty. Don't think they did a great job of letting people know that hey, there's football on Saturdays, NFL football. All right, man. Packers taking a knee in the end zone for a touchback, and this is going to be Clayton Tune's second career start. He had one with the Arizona Cardinals back in 2023. All right, so Clayton Tune this season 1 for 4, 8 yards, and had that interception against the Ravens. I actually saw that live. It was actually like in his second or third snap. Tried to throw it to the left, bounced off the receiver's hands and got picked off. Not really his fault. I'll say that. And Emmanuel Wilson with a run to the right, and he picks up 1 yard. All right, so here are the players that are not expected to play: Jordan Love, Malik Willis, Josh Jacobs, Romeo Doubs, Jaden Reed, Christian Watson, Rasheed Walker, starting left tackle. So, a couple guys, some big names for Green Bay not playing in this game. 2nd and 9, ball at the 36. Handoff again to Wilson, and he's going to pick up about 1.5 yards. I think Dallas just turned the ball over. Gathering last night went well. Heck yeah, dude. Well, not heck yeah to the Dallas turnover, but heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. Dahlia, oh man, I made sure to tell everyone about you. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. I saw some coach in college level saying the college should end their season by January 1st and be playing through Saturday in December. I don't see why not. And a bad throw by Clayton Tune. Goes out of bounds, completely missing the running back there. Or was it deflected? Trying to get it out to Bo Melton there on the right side. A tad stiff, but let's go 6. Yeah, it'll take. I mean, there's a reason why he's been kind of a third stringer for the most part in his career, but you know. Ooh, great freaking punt, and Bo Melton able to down it inside the 5, down near the 3. Daniel Whalen, man, who is he's been quiet the last couple of weeks, man, hasn't been really been able to get those great punts that we were used to seeing from him, but yeah, man, that one pretty dang good. Pretty dang good. David, so Indianapolis 7 versus and Houston 3. All right, man. The Indianapolis Grandpa's getting a lead early. I like it. Captain Mickey Mouse W's in the chat. I like it. I like it. Yeah, man. Going back to the college, then playing through December, I think it wouldn't be a bad thing, man. I understand that a lot of I think the some of the bigger reasons for that has been like most colleges kind of their academic year ends like somewhere in late November, kind of into sorry, not late November, late December, maybe even mid December. So I think they want to give those kids a little bit of a break. But I mean, these especially in college now, they're getting paid to play, so it's not like it was when the NCAA was able to kind of make the excuse like, oh, we can't pay these guys; they're students first. It's like no, they're getting paid. Some of these kids are making millions of dollars now, so I think yeah, I think we might see some adjustments in the college football over the next couple, like I would say 5 to 10 years. So, but yeah, Captain, I'm going Minnesota Vikings. This one, sorry. Captain, you say hurtful words, and I might cry on stream. No, man, I get it, man. Like Minnesota has, I think most of their starters playing in this game. Their defense has been incredible for most of the season. Sometimes they struggle for sure, but they have a lot of talented guys on that side of the ball. And Green Bay, I mean, the majority of their starters on offense are not playing. Their defense, I don't think they're resting too many guys, but they're definitely going to be putting in a lot more of the backups, probably in some of those major roles for throughout most of this game. So yeah, but hopefully it would be hilarious if the third stringers for Green Bay could beat Minnesota here at home. Hey, guess who's out for today for who's out, man? Let me know. Let me know. All right, Minnesota with the ball. Ball at the 2. JJ hands it off to Mason, and he runs right up the gut. Wow. Just pick us up about 11 yards, but we do have a flag. And it's going to be encroachment on the Packers. It will not matter. It'll be declined. Pick up the play results in a first down. No Cousins today, so the Saints may have a good chance. Oh, wow. Gotcha. All right, I'm going to have to look that up, man. I didn't know Cousins was not playing. Yeah, right now the Bengals, I think they might have just scored a touchdown. Right now they're up 6-0 over the Browns. Mason with another run. This one gets stopped up after a gain of 1 yard. It was a typed mistake. That's why I got rid of it. Right on, my man. Appreciate you. Titans on top of the Jags, 7-0 with about midway through the first. Giants with a 3-0 lead over the Cowboys. All right, 2nd and 9. McCarthy in the shotgun, throws to the right side. A wide open Jordan Addison there gets about 8 yards, and it'll be 3rd and 1. Literally nobody went with Jordan Addison on that one. Yeah, that ball was high, man. Jordan nearly not able to come down with it. Cousins is sick. Oh, the man, dude, that has been the sickness in the last like 2 weeks, man, has just been ravaging people, man. Like there's been like half of my coworkers have been sick. Jordan Mason with a run, and he is gonna be. I think they're gonna mark him about half a yard shy. So 4th and short coming up. And Mason actually made some great effort. Made a great effort there. He was stopped up behind the line, but able to kind of power his way for a couple yards. And Kevin O'Connell not trusting his offense enough to pick up half a yard. He's gonna send out the punting unit right now. Maybe a fake from their own 23. Nope, just a punt. It's a good one. And it'll be down to right around the 29. Green Bay has some decent field position here on the next offensive drive. Hopefully, Toon and Wilson can get this Packers offense on track here. 6:25 here left in the first. 6:25. Yep, Bungles up. Let's go. Bungle, bungle, bungle. Yeah, right now we only have 6 games going on, and we've got another. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games in the late afternoon before we're going to be streaming the Ravens and Steelers. We're only doing 2 games today, this one and then Ravens Steelers. That one has a lot of implications, man. Whoever wins that game is going to be winning the AFC North, gets to the playoffs, hosts a playoff game. But on top of that, if the Ravens beat the Steelers, this will be the final game of Aaron Rodgers' illustrious career, man. He's basically said that, yeah, this is basically the final year, man. So if the Steelers can't win, that is it, man. That is it for the Steelers this season, and that is it for Aaron Rodgers, a guy that was drafted all the way back in I almost said 2025, back in 2005, man. 21 seasons in the NFL, man. All right, let's bounce around the league. Let's check around the scores. Colts up 7-3 with 7:44 left. Bengals up 6-0 with 6:20. And right now, the Saints and the Falcons tied up at 0 with 4:33 left in that game. Who is playing? Kirk Cousins is playing, my dude. He might have been sick, but he is playing in this game. Yeah, Kirk Cousins is not. He's not out. Yeah, that's what I was confused because I didn't hear anything about Kirk not playing, but he's playing. Yeah, Kirko 2 Chains right now is 3 for 6, and he's thrown an interception already. And Tyler Shuck, perfect, 3 for 3, 29 yards. And right now the Saints with the ball. And it's going to be a run to Chris Brooks, and he breaks off a big chunk right there, double digits. Picks up about 12 yards for the Green Bay Packers. Let's go, baby. Come on. Ball at the 40. Toon throws it to the right side, and he will get it out to Dabney, number 49, picks up about 3 there. Rashad Bateman has been ruled out for the Ravens, and David Indianapolis 6. Houston able to tack on another field goal to make it a 1-point game. All right. 2nd and 7. Ball at the 43. Tune under center. Chris Brooks trying to find his way through that defense, and he's going to be good for about a yard, maybe 2. All right, we got 3rd and 5 here. Minnesota showing a lot of pressure. They send 4, and Tune gets hit. Ball is out, and it's recovered by Green Bay. 4th down. That blindside hit. Horrendous blocking there by the left tackle. Just Tune never sensed the pressure, got sacked. Yeah, that is rough there. The backup tight end there, Dabney, was the guy that recovered it, but he is also the guy that let the edge rusher just go right to the quarterback, man. So bad mistake by a guy that does not play a whole lot of snaps on offense. Ooh, potentially a great punt, and it's gonna roll into the end zone. Yeah, dude, Dallas Turner just coming in unblocked and just laid a whoop right on Clayton Tune, man. That was a rough hit. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Captain, at least the Saints are doing better than Falcons. Yeah, man. The Carolina Panthers are big Atlanta Falcon fans today, man, because with the loss to the Buccaneers, the Carolina Panthers, their only way of being able to win the division is if Atlanta wins today. Otherwise, Tampa Bay will have secured the division title and a playoff spot. David Dallas 3 able to tie it up with the Giants there, adding a field goal. So no shutout over there in New York. But holy cow, man, we got 5 people watching, man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, man. Hopefully your New Year's is going well, and hopefully whoever you're rooting for makes it interesting for you. If you get a chance, please leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you haven't. Helps out the channel, helps out the video as well. And it's a great free way to support me, man. Oh, hey, look at David. Cheerleaders, man. Or dancers. I don't know. I don't know if they're separate or not, but there you go, man. All right, we got 4 minutes left here in the first. Handoff. And Green Bay able to wrap up the ball carrier after just a gain of maybe 1 yard there. That was big number 99, Sorrell, the rookie. Looking strong, man. Looking big too. Jesus. For a second there, I thought that was Stackhouse, the big undrafted defensive tackle from Georgia. McCarthy with a little bit of time, running out of it, throws it over the middle, and he gets a wide open Jefferson. And Jefferson working on number 38 there, man. No good, no good. Oh yeah, that should have been a penalty there. Jefferson got a hold of the defender's face mask to be able to get some separation. First and 10, a big no call there by the referees. Ooh, McCarthy nearly getting sacked, but I think they're going to get Green Bay for jumping the snap there. Because McCarthy nearly got tackled or sacked while he was trying to hand that ball off. Yeah, look at the Packers defense, man. They went from giving up just less than 20 points. Now they're giving up 32. Granted, it's only been a handful of games, but yeah, the downtrend of this Packer defense has not been great ever since Micah went down, as well as Devontae Wyatt. McCarthy throwing it down the field and nearly gets picked off. I don't know what the heck that was. 2nd and 5 coming up. A little play action rolling out to his right. Nearly got sacked. And instead of just throwing the ball away, tries to lollipop it over the middle. And nearly got picked off there. David, 4th and 5. Indy got a fake punt pass by punter to someone. Then followed next play with a Houston 12 man on the field. Oof. Indy's just saying, hey man, let's empty the clip. It's going to be a run to the left side. Mason getting to the edge, and he is going to be about a yard short. That's actually, Chandler, not Mason. Sorry, dude. I saw a big back with some dreads. I thought that was Mason. All right, we got 3rd and 1. Run up the gut, and it goes nowhere. Loses a yard or two, and that'll be 4th down coming up for Minnesota. I like that, man. I like the way that freaking defense attacked the line, just pushing them back. Look at that. Woo! Number 74 completely whiffing on the block. And that once again, that was Sorrell, the rookie, number 99, making a heck of a play. Kick is away, and it'll be a pretty good roll there by Minnesota. It'll be down to right at the 10. All right, so here are a couple players that you may not know that are playing in this game. So starting with the secondary, because that's where a lot of these guys are going to be coming from. So number 38, who probably should have gotten a penalty in his favor against Jefferson. Number 38 is Jalen Simpson. 5th round pick out of Auburn back in 2024. He was drafted by the Indianapolis Grandpas. He's bounced around a couple teams, started with the Colts, stayed with the Jets last year, and now has been with Green Bay all of this year. So that's number 38, Jalen Simpson. I think no relation to Homer. Atlanta just scored, Dave, 6-0, and the extra point is good. So Atlanta on top, likely by 7 there. All right. Yeah, Atlanta with 3:02 left in the first, they're up 7-0 over the Saints. Cowboys and Giants late in the first, they're tied up at 3. Titans and Jags are tied up at 7 with a little over 90 seconds left in the first. Browns were able to score a touchdown with less than a minute left, and they're up against the Bengals 7-6. And the Colts and Texans, just like David Stegosaurus said, they are down by 1 to the Indianapolis Grandpas. But going back, so talked about Jalen. Next, we got number 28. This is not a rookie or a practice squad elevation. This is Trayvon Diggs, who was Pro Bowler, All Pro with the Dallas Cowboys. His best career season came in his second year back in 2021, where he recorded 11 interceptions. That was the most by any player in a single season since 1998. So since then, it's been a little bit of a downward trend for Diggs. Coverage has been a little bit of an issue. He's been kind of risking the biscuit a little bit too much. Very athletic, very fast. His interceptions are, he's still averaging about 3 interceptions, which isn't too bad, and has been dealing with some injuries over the last 3.5 years. So, all right, Clayton Tune under center. Matthew Golden in motion. Pressure gets it out. Oh, and the ball goes in and out of the hands. It'll be incomplete there. 2nd and 10. And then the final two guys that I'm going to talk about in the secondary for the Packers is Shamar Bartholomew, number 34. He is undrafted out of Georgia Southern back in 2024. There is a illegal use of hands to the face against Minnesota, so that'll be, I believe, an automatic first down for Green Bay there. So catching a little bit of a break. Rashad Bateman has been ruled out for tonight's NFL game against the Ravens, against the Steelers. There we go. 1st and 10, ball at the 15. Tune under center. Toss to the right. Manuel Wilson trying to break a couple tackles. Cannot. He will lose about 2 yards there, man. That was some bad blocking there by Green Bay. Number 37 for the Packers, Jonathan Baldwin, safety. He's undrafted out of University of Las Vegas this year. Yeah, so there's a couple guys right there that you may not be familiar with, even if you are a big Packer fan. And that'll be the final play of the first. We head to the second quarter with Green Bay trying to look for their first set of points here. And it'll be 2nd and 12 when we come back. And weirdly enough, man, that we have a returning player who was with the Chicago Bears for most of this year. He was actually drafted by the Packers. Jonathan Ford, the big man, number 64, defensive tackle. He was drafted by Green Bay in the 7th round back in 2022. Spent most of his career with Green Bay up until this year, where he signed with Chicago. Played for them up until December 27th. He was waived, and the Packers picked him up on the 30th of last month. So literally just about 5-6 days ago. So that's good, man. Jonathan Ford, he was never a guy that we relied on too heavily, especially with when we had T.J. Slayton, Devontae Wyatt, Kenny Clark. But he was a good rotational guy, big guy. 6'5", 340 pounds. That's a massive human being right there. Trying to think who else. Who else do I need to mention? So we do have an elevation for the receivers here, and that's going to be Jacoby Keeney James, number 84, undrafted out of UMass, rookie. Spent the offseason or the preseason with Detroit and has been with Green Bay since September 23rd. All right, updating the scores here. Captain Colts on top, 10-6 now. And it's going to be a run, picks up about 2 yards there for the Packers, setting up a 3rd and 10. David Dallas scoring a touchdown. Let's freaking go. Cowboys getting it going there, man. They should beat the Giants. They should beat the Giants, man. Dallas is a better team. That defense playing a little bit more opportunistically, and the offense has been one of the best for the entire NFL season. 3rd and 10, Clayton Tune throws to the right and gets it out to the man I just spoke about, Jacoby Keeney James, with looks like it might be his first career catch. Comes up about 4 yards short of the first, though. All right, Daniel Whalen's punt is away. It's going to be a good one. And it'll be fair caught all the way down to the 22. That was a freaking booming punt, man. That was a heck of a punt, man. Jesus. Yeah, that was from Whalen. That was nearly a 60-yard punt from leg to hand. Did not get they were not able to get a single yard on the return, so pretty dang good. Also, guys, give me your predictions, man. Is Carolina going to be able to make the playoffs, or are the Falcons going to do the Buccaneers a favor and send them off to the playoffs? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Who do you think is going to be making it out of the NFC South? And then who's also going to be winning the AFC North? Steelers or Ravens? Let me know. David, go Steelers, go Paneers, because I don't know. Well, they're Pirates, man. Pirates are cool. All right. 1st and 10. JJ throwing it. And the ball is nearly intercepted. JJ McCarthy with some of the worst freaking mechanics I've seen in a while, man. What the heck was that throw? Dude, the way he winded that up, it looked like he should be on a pitcher's mound, not playing quarterback. What the heck was that? That was a wild freaking throw there. Keaton Oladipo, one of the Packers' draft picks from a season ago, nearly got the interception there. Handoff up the middle, and that'll be a gain of about 4 for Chandler. Third and 6 coming up. All right. 4 receiver set, 2 to the right. McCarthy throws, wild throw, and that's going to be incomplete. 4th and 6 coming up. And that was Trayvon Diggs working on Jefferson there on the coverage. Oh, poop. Sorry about that, guys. I never even moved the ball. I feel like at this point I should just put the ball on the helmet shelf right here, just until these teams can prove that they can move the ball down the field. All right, we're putting the ball in timeout, not because it's being punished, it's because we are. All right, punt goes out of bounds. There's a decent one. So we got 12. Oh, actually, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go. 12:34. All right, so we're going to commercial break. Let's look around the league. Let's check out the scores. Colts on top, 10-6, with 12:14 left. Browns on top of the Bengals, 13-6. They might have scored a touchdown, so we'll see if they tack on an extra point here in a bit. Falcons still leading the Saints, 7-0, or very early in that second quarter. Tennessee Jags tied up 11:50 in the second quarter, and the Cowboys on top of the Giants, 10-6, with just a few seconds taken off the second quarter there. Dahlia, there we go. David, I like that idea. No ball for you. There you go, man. Heck yeah. All right, no soup for you, no ball for you. Okay. Where my Seinfeld fans at? All right. The ball deserves better. It deserves better than just being knocked around for no reason. All right. We're gonna put it on the shelf. We're gonna give it, we're gonna give it a little bit of rest. You know. We're gonna give it. We're gonna give it some water. We're gonna give it some water right here. Boom, boom. But yeah, man. I was hoping that, like, I was like, you know what, man, there's gonna be some rested players. Maybe we would just like see bad coverage, and we could see some, like, honestly, if this game ended 41-42, I wouldn't be mad about it. There's nothing at stake. I'm like, let's make it fun, dude. Just hang out. Yeah, we don't need to play defense, right? Just saying. All right, we're coming back here from the commercial break. Tune in the shotgun, running back to his left. Pressure, throws it out, and it's dropped by Matthew Golden. It looks like Tune might have taken a hit on that one, too. Oh, they're showing a highlight, and it looks like the Jaguars have taken the lead against the Tennessee Titans. They scored a touchdown with Brenton Strange there. Jacksonville can clinch the number 1 seed with a Broncos and Patriots loss and a win for them today. Chris Brooks running, weaving his way through the defense, and he will pick up about 4 yards there. So 3rd and 6 coming up. And just to make it a little bit simpler too, just so for some of our new viewers, I'm going to put the ball right on top of the candle, right there, right there. That way it's on the side of the team that has the ball. Clinton Tune keeping it himself. He's going to run. He's going to pick up the first down. Oh, my God. Offense. Gain of 8 yards and a first down for the Packers. Oh. I think that's only their 2nd first down without getting help from a penalty, I think. Because I think Chris Brooks had an 11-yard gain. I think it was on the left side in the first quarter. So, yeah. All right, ball at the 41. Tune under center, single back in the backfield, single receiver on that left side. Toss to the right. Chris Brooks with a little bit of room, and he is good for about 6 yards before being taken out of bounds. All right, Tune again under center. Single back in the backfield, single receiver to the right. Hands it off, Chris Brooks, and he will fall forward for a gain of about 1. 3rd down coming up. Tune in the shotgun, and he's going to hand it off. Jesus. Like, what are we doing, dude? That results in no gain there for Emmanuel Wilson. And to be fair to Wilson, just a handoff. He actually got taken out by his own guy, the tight end Wiley there. All right, we got Daniel Whalen here to punt this one away. Woo! And I believe that was Bo Melton with a great freaking tackle on the returner. Not able to get anything on that one. And, oh, jeez. Now Melton is down on the ground. Looks like he's trying to move that right hand a little bit. And we got 9:04 on the old clock there. All right, so we'll move the ball back to the old helmet shelf there. All right. So while we're on a commercial break, let's continue to do a few updates here. All right. So Texans actually retaking the lead against the Colts. They're up 13-10 with 9:34 in the second. Browns have a 8-point lead, 14-6 over the Bengals with 9:44 left. Falcons still on top, 7-0, with about 10:20 left in the second. Jaguars, like we said, they're up now 14-7 over the Titans with 9:40 in the second quarter, and then finally the Giants able to tack on their third field goal of the day, and they are now only trailing by one, 9-10 to the Dallas Cowboys. I just noticed all of these games, every single one of them that is playing right now, they're all within 60 seconds of their game clocks being the same. So that's, usually there's one game that's like, they're like, whoa, they're already at halftime. So, all right, we're back here. First and 10 for Minnesota, just inside their own 10. Mason able to break a couple tackles and picks up about 5 yards. All right. McCarthy gets out of a sack, gets it out to his tight end, picks up a first down, and all the way across the 30-yard line is Oliver. Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for the Packers' defense right now, this game could be out of hand. Just some rough coverage there by some guys that we don't see too often. Hand off Mason, and he is good for just a yard. That is Stackhouse, the big man. To be exact, Nazir Stackhouse. All right, McCarthy in the shotgun, running back to his right, throws to the right side, and Jefferson able to get it across the 50 after the catch there. Ball nearly batted away, but JJ able to throw a little bit of smoke on that ball there. And Minnesota will be in Packer territory for the second time today, right around the 48, maybe the 47. Houston TD, next play after Indianapolis QB fumble. Oof. All right, well, the grandpas are struggling there. First and 10, McCarthy throws one over the middle, and it's going to be Jalen Naylor getting it down near the 30 of Green Bay. All right, man, JJ starting to throw some heaters right now. All right, we got 5:50 here left in the second quarter. 5:50, clock is running. All right, McCarthy under center, Minnesota in the eye, single receiver to the left. Stretch carry to the right side, and it's going to be good for about 3 yards for Ty Chandler. All right, McCarthy play action. Has a bunch of freaking time. Throws to the left, and it's going to be incomplete. Throws it out of bounds. Luckily, the coverage was great, man, because McCarthy had at least 5 seconds, 6 seconds to find somebody. All right, clock is stopped at 4:57. 4:57 here in the second quarter. Yeah, come on, man. Let's get a pick. Let's get a pick. Come on. Packers showing pressure. They send 4. Quick throw, and it's going to be Jalen Naylor, but he's going to come up about a half a yard shy of the first down. And I think Minnesota's going to be aggressive here, and they're going to go for it. And I think that has to do with their lack of fear that the Packers can do something about it. And it's going to be close, man. Depending on where they mark them. So they needed to get right to the mark. I don't know, man. At least from this angle, I think he's short. And Matt LaFleur throwing the challenge flag. There we go. All right. While they try to sort this out, let's look around here. So, with 8:30 left in the second quarter, Texans, just like David said, scored a touchdown. They are now up 20-10 over Indy. Browns are still up 14-6. Falcons able to tack on a field goal. They are shutting out the Saints 10-0 with just under 10 minutes left in the second quarter. Jaguars are putting it on the Titans right now. They have scored 21 unanswered points. They're up 21-7 with 8 minutes left in the second quarter. And the Cowboys with the ball at the Giants 3. They're up 10-9 with the opportunity here to maybe tack on a few points. And it looks like their Green Bay is going to lose the challenge here. Call stands as called. Packers lose a timeout here. From your angle, Dave, you're probably close enough to know if he's short. I like that. It was mean, but it was good. All right, ball at the 20 here. And it's going to be a handoff. Mason bouncing it to the right, to the 15, to the 10, and taken down at the 7-yard line. First and goal for Minnesota and the former San Francisco 49er. Breaking off a big one here for about 13 yards. And that was the former Dallas Cowboy Trayvon Diggs saving what would have been a touchdown for Minnesota here. McCarthy, play action, rolling to his right. And incomplete, overthrowing Jordan Addison, who ends up taking out a photographer on the sidelines there. Yeah, man, even J.J. McCarthy is getting the people that are not even playing the game almost injured, man. Unbelievable. The guy's a menace, man. I'm just saying. Second and goal. Ball at the 7. McCarthy under center. Play action. Throws it underneath, and that'll be incomplete. And that is Sorrell able to put a little bit of pressure on McCarthy to force that incompletion. Third and goal. We got 3:10 left in the second quarter here. 3:10. All right, McCarthy in the shotgun, looking, throws to the right, and it's going to be incomplete. Trying to get it out to Jefferson there, the back corner of the end zone. That was Evan Williams and Simpson on the coverage. Simpson probably drifting a little bit too far to the inside. I think if that ball was accurate enough, that would have been an easy touchdown for Justin Jefferson. All right, there we go. Minnesota able to tack on another field goal and what looks like an insurmountable 6-point lead for the Vikings here with 3:02 left in the second quarter. Green Bay's offense has not really shown much. I don't think they've gotten into Minnesota territory yet in this game. Yeah, it looks like McCarthy is favoring his right hand there. He has it covered up, and he looks like he is kind of in pain a little bit, just a little bit. Bruh, Green Bay is playing like 2 starters, and all Minnesota has it's 6 points. I've seen better play from the Jets. Ooh, ooh. Dang. Well, you're not wrong though. You were not wrong. Yeah, at this point, this is starting to look worse for Minnesota than it is for Green Bay. Like Green Bay is like, yeah, we don't have our starting running back, we don't have our starting quarterback, we don't have our starting tackles, we don't have like half of the receiving corps is not even playing right now. So it's like, and then like half of the secondary is not even playing either. So, all right, it's gonna be a return by. Who is that? Keeney James, who gets it across the 20 down near the 22. Eben, this game feels like stoppable force made to movable object. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. That was poetic, my man. A play on the old saying, and you, beautiful, man. The stoppable force against the movable object. Awesome. I'm hoping for a Packers TD. Me too, my man. Me too. And Emmanuel Wilson trying to do something, and he's going to keep running backwards, and he's going to lose about 20 yards. What looked like was going to be a loss of 3 turns into a loss of 19, and that is the former Green Bay Packer Eric Wilson taking down Emmanuel Wilson. Handoff to Emmanuel Wilson, and he gets it across the 5 down near the 7. Oh, man. 3rd and 25. And we've reached the 2-minute warning. Let me see here. What we got? That was awesome, Eben. Shout out to Eben, my man. That was beautiful. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. Dahlia, what in the F was that? That was a bad play there. I don't necessarily blame Wilson for that. Like, he got blown up in the backfield, was able to get out of the tackle, try to reverse field, but just nobody blocked for him. Nobody's throwing blocks. Can't get anything going, bro. Horrible. Bro, the defense stops the offense so fast this game. It feels like I've watched the same amount of ads than football. Dude, the NFL was loving this. They're like, oh my God. It's like we might be able to pay off our entire electric bill by the end of this game alone. All right. Any changes around the league at this point? Nada. Nothing. Texans still up by 10. Browns still up by 8. Sorry, the Saints. The Saints scored a touchdown. Oh my gosh. There we go. So it is now Saints 7, Atlanta 10 with 4:30 left in the second quarter. Jags are still up by 14, and the Cowboys, despite having the ball at the Giants 3, were unwilling to settle for a field goal. They went for it, did not get it, and right now it is the Giants' ball. They're down by 1. Heating bill is insane this month. Oh, dude. Last couple days, man. The last couple days in Wisconsin has been cold, man. My heating bill is definitely up as well. The NFL makes $22 billion a year, 14 of which come from individual franchises. Yeah, man, that ad revenue, those exclusive deals with Amazon, Netflix, trying to think who else. I think there's another couple businesses that pay the NFL a lot of cash. A lot of cash for exclusivity. All right. 3rd and 24. Ball at the 8-yard line here. Clayton Tune alone in the shotgun. Has some time. Rolling out to his right. Just throw the ball. Come on. Throw it down the field. Throws it away. 4th down. So far the Packers have run 19 plays and they have recorded 13 yards. Not good. Not good. All right, we're keeping the ball on the shelf here. None of these teams have earned the right to have the ball anywhere near their logos. I'll tell you that much. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy right now. Not the best punt by Waylon, but to be honest with you, could have been worse. Ball is fair caught at the 40, maybe the 41. So the Vikings have a chance here to score a couple points before the half here. Might be able to tack on another field goal by accident. Yeah, passing yards, Minnesota with 121, Green Bay -3. And it's going to be a quick throw to the left side. Jefferson gets about 3 yards on the little swing pass there. Do you think the Lions have a chance against the Bears? I do. McCarthy throws, gets hit, but it's going to be a first down catch and run by Oliver, the tight end, number 34. And he limps off the field after picking up that first down. We got 1:10 on the clock, 1:10, and it is rolling. Minnesota does have all 3 of their timeouts, so they don't really need to rush. Ball at the 49 of Green Bay. Throws it underneath. I believe Chandler stumbles his way out of bounds. Picks up 3 yards. And that is Ty Chandler Banal. It's going to be his first, I think, catch of the day. Second and 8. Clock is stopped at 58 seconds here. 58. Oh my God, dude. Once we hit halftime, I got to run to the restroom so badly. McCarthy in the shotgun, running back to his left. 2 receivers on that left side. Throws, and the ball is batted at the line. And that is Keaton Oladipo able to get his hands on that one, but unable to intercept it. All right, we got 3rd and 8 here. McCarthy in the shotgun, running back to his right. Look for Jefferson on that left side, I believe. Has time. How is that not a hold? Wide open. Jalen Naylor gets it down near the 20. That was 27 yards through the air. Minnesota using their first timeout here of the half. Clock is stopped at 46 seconds. Yeah, to be honest with you, I wish half would have. Once again, hindsight is 2020, but I wish he would have been able to put up a little bit or dial up some pressure there. I felt like McCarthy was kind of out of the rhythm, and I think if you would have forced him to make a quick decision, I think he would have been probably throw an inaccurate pass on that one. 1st and 10, ball to 21. Looks, throws, lost one to the right side, and overthrows a wide open Jordan Addison in the end zone. And McCarthy, for about the 5th time, pats himself on the chest saying, "That's my fault." Trust me, buddy. We know. All right, McCarthy in the shotgun, running back to his right. Little play action, pressure, rolling out to his right side, delivers a throw, and wow, what a freaking throw. Caught inside the 5 by Sims. And that's going to be a nice little catch right around the 3-yard line. 1st and goal coming up. And hold on, Sims, is that? Yes, it is. It's former Green Bay Packer tight end Ben Sims. Spent 3 seasons with the Green Bay Packers from 2023 up until this year. He was let go by them back in late October. Got picked up by Minnesota 2 days later. Handoff up the middle, and it's not going to be a touchdown. Will be right around the 1-yard line. Ty Chandler Bong unable to get anything much on that one. Dave, what is the green object in front of the Packer flag on the left? Oh, that is a right here. That is a candle with like a Green Bay design. Actually, at halftime, I'll bring it over so I can kind of show you guys. But my brother got that when he went to San Diego like 10 years ago. Might have actually been more. But yeah, yeah, he got me like a candle. Like they kind of carve something into the wax. So yeah, it was really really cool. I've actually never like lit it. I think I lit it for a couple minutes just to kind of see what it looked like. But I did not want the outer wax coating to get you know damaged. So plus I can't light candles in my apartment. It's against the lease. And if I do that, then if I do that on camera, man, they're gonna be like, well, we have proof. Second and goal ball. It's going to be a handoff to CJ Christmas Ham, and he gets into the end zone. And the Minnesota Vikings are on their way to a potential blowout win here in the regular season final. Oh. I didn't have incredible hopes of a Packer victory, but man, I was hoping they would be a little bit more efficient on offense, man. But congratulations to CJ Ham, man. He's been with Minnesota for a long, long freaking time. It's not his first career touchdown, but he does not get a whole lot of touches in the red zone. So with 23 seconds left, tack on the extra point as well. So and apparently that is this is going to be Ham's final game from the looks of it. He might be retiring at the end of this game, or at the end of this year, I should say. So yeah, I don't like it, but you know what? Congratulations, congratulations, man. Two-time Pro Bowler, joined Minnesota back in 2016. Was an undrafted fullback out of Augusta, oh my God, Augustana. What the hell was that? Trying to see. Oh, this is South Dakota. Gotcha. And oh, he was they're also the Vikings in Augustana University. And on top of that, CJ Ham, born and raised in Duluth, Minnesota, man. So this guy has been a Minnesota Viking throughout his life. So, anyway, David, you should put the ball on top of the candle. Maybe heat things up. Ooh, I like it. I like it. I like it. And Green Bay is gonna just down it in the end zone for a touchback. Let me see here. Yeah, so it looks like the young receiver had 1 foot in bounds, but I think they're going to give the Packers a break and they're just going to get the ball to the 20. Toon takes a knee, and that'll be it. That'll be it. All right, we're going to leave the ball here right on top of the candle. All right, halftime here. Green Bay not looking great, but once again, no starters really on offense, and most of the starters on defense are also resting. So to be down by just basically less than two full touchdowns is not too bad. Not too bad. All right, guys. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick. I'll be back. I'll grab that candle, show you the design, and then we'll talk about this, and we'll do a few updates around the league here. Just before, let me see. Yeah, we got one, two, three. We got three games already at halftime, and the other two are within their 2 minute warning. So, all right, guys. I'll see you in a bit. I gotta use the bathroom. All right. Guess who's back? Back again. Oh, let me grab the candle. Let me grab the candle. Bang. Woo. Alrighty. Woo. Let me see here. Captain O'Day, the Jags are crushing the team they're playing. I believe it, man. The Titans have not been amazing. But let's do a few updates before I forget. Colts are still winning. Colts are down right now, my man. Colts are down 17-20 to the Texans with 125 left. At halftime, the Browns are still up 14-12 over the Bengals. Bengals look like they scored a touchdown. Probably tried to go for two, did not get it. And then with 53 seconds left, the Saints have the ball. Actually, nope. Looks like they might have just turned the ball over. They are down 7-10 to the Atlanta Falcons with 32 seconds left. Obviously, Vikings are shutting out the Packers right now, 13-0. And the Jags able to tack on a field goal before half. They are up 31-7, scoring 31 unanswered points. Holy freaking cow. And right now at halftime, the Giants leading the Cowboys 16-10. So there we go. Saints on the board. Yes, they are. All right, guys. So let's check out this. This thing is starting to look a little old, but yeah, this is what my brother got me when he went to San Diego like over a decade ago. But right there, that's a little design. Look at that. We'll do this demonstration. We'll do the demonstration a little bit. Boom. And then on the other side, they got Go Pack Go. Let's go. And then there's a candle actually in there. So yeah, man. It was really really cool, man. When I got this, it's been something that I've had every apartment, every place I've been to for the last 10 years, and I've been to a lot of apartments in my lifetime, man. I've moved a lot. When I was living in college, I lived in, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different places in 6 years. And then when I moved to my current city, I've lived only two different places in the last 5 years, which is not too bad. Luckily, I've been at this apartment for the last like four, so it was nice. So yeah, let me put this bad boy back so the ball has some place to sit. Right there. All right. Yeah, the leading receiver for the Vikings, Justin Jefferson, 5 catches, 68 yards, and the leading receiver for the Green Bay Packers is Jacoby Genie Keeney James with 1 catch for 7 yards. So scintillating first half for the Green Bay Packers, baby. Thanks for showing us the candle. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Next, during the next stream, I will show you my air purifier as well as my Wix candle as well. Here at the I'm Not a Coach shopping center, where I bring you all the best products and display them in the most awkward fashion imaginable. And all of these items can be yours for a simple 5 payment method of $79.99. And I know you're questioning yourself, is that $79.99 or $7,999? I'll leave that up to your imagination. Just send the check. Don't worry about it. All right, guys. So let's look. Let me see here. Colts, Texans have the ball. Ball at the Indianapolis 30. Man, they are marching down the field right now. All right. So it looks like Cam Ward has been ruled out for the remainder of. Is he even playing? Actually, hold on before I say that. Yep. So yeah, unfortunately, Cam Ward ends up injuring his shoulder against the Jags, so he is going to be not only out for the rest of this game, but also out for the remainder of the year. So that's disappointing. Disappointing end to a tough season. Ward, he looked good, man, at times. I think when people talk about the Titans, or at least talk about Ward, they talk about a lot of potential, great athleticism, heck of an arm, and there's potential there to not just be a good quarterback, but potentially great one. But the supporting cast around him, the overall team as a whole, just not nowhere near enough to be competitive. So hopefully in the next couple seasons, not only can they keep Ward healthy, but hopefully develop him, but also build at least a decent team around this kid, man. Otherwise, it's just going to be a waste. So I'm just trying to double check here. Yeah, Rashad Bateman, he's going to be out with a sickness against the Steelers. So the Ravens are going to be without one of their top receivers against a must win. All right, so it looks like all of these games are basically at halftime, except for the Texans. They have a 2nd and 10 ball at the 17 of Indianapolis. So while we're waiting for that one to kind of finish up here, let's talk about what this game that we're watching and we're streaming. Basically, what have they done? What can they do in the second half to either finish this game off with a win or come back and finish this game off with a win, or just let's just not get blown. Let's just not get shut out, please. But yeah, Green Bay. Um, Nothing's really worked. The running game, I think, has been the only thing that they can rely on like on a consistent basis, and even then, Minnesota knows that, and that's why they've been basically packing the line. It's either going to go off for 2 or 3 yards, or it's going to lose 1 to 2 yards, or in one case, lost 19. So yeah, Green Bay. I don't think Clayton Tune is going to be all of a sudden turning into, you know, you know, the next coming of Aaron Rodgers and going off for, or even Matt Flynn, I should say, and going off for like 400 yards in the second half. So I think they got to find different ways to get some of these guys involved, man. Like Wildcat, always an option. There's a couple guys on that Packers offense that can, be a dual threat. Get your most athletic guy the ball in any way possible. Make it interesting. Make it entertaining, man. Like if we're gonna lose, let's fucking go all out. Let's go all out. Sorry, I almost cussed. But yeah, I think they got to find different ways to get the ball out of Clayton Tune's hands and get the ball into somebody else's hands. Dave, I will allow the Packers -6 passing yards in the second half if we get a pick six to avoid a shutout. I agree. Captain, why the football off the board? Well, I don't think either of these teams, I don't think the Packers or the Vikings deserve the ball to be anywhere near their logos. They have been ugly. Like even Minnesota, they should be up by more than 13. They have almost every single one of their starters playing, and they're going up against a Green Bay Packers team who is basically sitting all of their starters, and even some of their backups are probably not playing right now. So, yeah, Steve, Green Bay, you are not looking good. Hope that changes in the playoffs. Yeah, Steve. Yeah, no, Steve. I think the Packers are not playing the majority of their starters anyway. So, yep. That's the only solace that we have right now. No, Minnesota's doing better. They are doing better than the Packers, yes, but I mean, I'm doing better than the Packers. I'll tell you right now, I have more passing yards than the Green Bay Packers. I have 0 passing yards. Green Bay has -3. And even rushing, I might only have 0, but Green Bay only has 15 rushing yards. I'm just saying, they're not significantly better than what I'm doing, and I'm not even suiting up, man. All right, guys. Third quarter about to get kicked off here. Green Bay will get the ball to start the second half here. Holy cow, Jacksonville Jags 31-17 at the half. Yep. Mm-hmm. Who will face Green Bay, San Fran, or LA? Neither. And that's going to be Keeney James with a decent return. So Green Bay is locked in as the 7th seed, and they will either go up again. They're going to go up whoever gets the 2nd seed. So that's either going to be Chicago or that is going to be Philadelphia. They have to go against a division winner. And San Francisco and the Rams did not win their division. They will be the 5th or the 6th seed, depending. So, yeah. And Wilson with a run. He picks up 2 yards right up the gut. Yeah, so basically, if you did not win your division, you are going to go up against a division winner. That's how it is in the playoffs. So, yeah, the 2nd seed goes against the 7th. The 3rd goes against the 6th. And the 4th seed goes against the 5th. All right, Clayton Tune under center, ball at the 32. Emmanuel Wilson in the backfield, single receiver to the left, toss to the right. Wilson with some room, and he gets it across the 40, first down. Let's go, baby. Gain of about 9 or 10 there. Oh, damn, Green Bay against Philadelphia. That would be fun to watch. It would be nice if Green Bay could get some revenge for Philadelphia bouncing them from last season. Play action, Clayton Tune throws it, and it's going to be caught by Keeney James. Now he gets 2 catches for about 15 yards there. Might have picked up 7 or 8. Second and 3 coming up. Tune under center. Hands it off to Wilson. Gets a first down. Keeps it going across the 45 and down inside the 40 of Minnesota. Green Bay in enemy territory, baby. Let's go. Packers are the 7th seed. Yes, they are. And no matter what they could have done, even if they win or a bunch of other teams lose, Green Bay was locked in as the 7th seed no matter what. So that's why they didn't start their Jordan Love, Jacobs, none of the top guys are playing right now, basically. So that was a pickup of 5 on first down. Wilson with some powerful running the last couple plays here, setting up a 2nd and 5. All right, Tune under center, ball at the 34. Toss to the right. Chris Brooks cannot get anything going, and they will lose about 2 or 3 yards there. So 3rd and long coming up. Also, I completely forgot. Sorry, Steve, Captain Mickey Mouse. Welcome, dude. Forgot to welcome you guys to the chat, man. So sorry. So caught up in the game. Sorry about that, guys. But thank you for being here, man. I appreciate you guys. All right, we got 3rd and 8 here. Tune hit in the back, and he goes down for another sack here, man. And worst thing, one, that is Dallas Turner's 2nd sack of the day, but also that knocks him out of field goal range here, man. They had the ball around the 34, and now they're back well past the 45. Yeah, unfortunately, Clinton Tune has no sense of pocket awareness. I'm not saying that to be a jerk. I'm just saying, like, that is the 2nd time from the blind side that he has not sensed any kind of pressure from that side. And the punt is away. It'll be fair caught inside the 15. Minnesota with the ball. We got 10:35 left in the 3rd quarter. 10:35. So right now, Bo Melton, he is currently out right now for the Packers. So Jaden Breed has had to come in and play a couple snaps on offense. Otherwise, Dobbs and Watson have yet to take a snap on offense. Yeah, so apparently this was a couple hours ago. So the Packers placing 6 players on injured reserve there. That includes defensive tackle Jordan Riley, corner Kamal Haven, safety Zane Anderson, which is not surprising, Nate Hobbs, and then Savion Williams, as well as offensive lineman Donovan Jennings. So yeah, a lot of guys that played some significant minutes on either defense or on offense out. And it's gonna be a quick throw to the left, and Jefferson finding his way for about 7 or 8 yards there on the little bubble screen. Uh oh. JJ McCarthy is heading to the sidelines. All right, we got Max Brosmer coming into this one. 2nd and 2, ball at the 22. Handoff. Mason picks up the first down, gains 3 yards. So I did mention earlier in the second quarter that looks like McCarthy was favoring that right hand. He had it wrapped up with a towel and was kind of like rocking back and forth a little bit. Hmm. David. Oh, man. All right, we got 2nd and 10. Brosmer in the shotgun, running back to his left. Throws to the right side, and he gets it out to Jefferson. Picks up what might be another first down, and they're saying he picked up 9. So, second down coming up. All right, we got 2nd and 1. Max Brosmer under center. Minnesota in the eye. Hands off to Mason, and he is wrapped up in the backfield there by number 34. Who the heck is that? That is Shamir Bartholomew. There we go. Also Bartholomew. Such a great freaking name. All right, we got 3rd and 2. 3 receivers to the right side. Jefferson in motion. Brosmer. And sacked. Let's go, baby. Woo! That was Nazir Stackhouse putting a little bit of pressure, and then Sorrell able to wrap up Max Brosmer for a sack there. Let's freaking go. Come on, baby. Steve, it's crazy to me. Jacksonville last season ended the season 4-13. Now this season they are 13-4, I think. Well, not officially yet. If they get a win, I think they're 13-4. And the punt is away. It'll be fair caught right around the 12. Yeah, right now Jacksonville is 12-4, but obviously if they win today, they will be 13-4. So yeah, a big turnaround for the Jags, man. Was it a 9 points, 9 game swing? All right, Captain. So if the Bills get a win today, they move up to the 5th seed. Let me double check. Yeah, I think the best they can do, because they can't win the division, the best they could do is the 5th seed. Yeah, because the top 4 seeds are always division winners, and they cannot win their division this year. So, yeah, I believe you are correct, Captain. You are correct, I believe. All right. David, if you see some numbers you don't know, just start using names of people in chat. I like it. So what's a Stegosaurus plus a Mickey Mouse? I think that adds up to a Steve Eben, Dallas Cowboy. I might have lost some subscribers on that joke. Everybody's like, this guy stinks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so while we're coming back here, the Colts are down 17-23. Texans on top with about 14 minutes left in that third quarter. Browns on top of the Bengals 17-22 with midway through the third quarter. It's going to be a toss to the right, and there's going to be a flag, false start on Green Bay. Did you see what happened before half and Houston? I did not, my man. I did not. But let me know. Let me know. Let me know. David, Dallas 10, the Giants 22. All right. I think that's a 16-point run for the Giants. I think they were down 6-10 at one point. And Clayton Tune breaks a tackle and picks up the first down. 16 yards down the right sideline, baby. All right, man. All right. All right, Clayton Tune, I apologize. I wasn't familiar with your game. That's the power of love. Colts fumbled before the half, so that's how they... Oh, that's how the Texans got ahead? There we go, man. Turnovers. That Texans defense, man, one of the best in the NFL. Toss to the right. Oh, and Chris Brooks slipping on the play. Still able to pick up about 6 or 7 yards. But, man, dude, he had a chance to break that one. Oh, man. Come on, man. All right. Let's put put the ball back on the candle. Just as David said, warm things up, heat things up a little bit. All right, ball just shy of the 30 here. We got 2nd and 3. Tune in the pistol. Hands it off to Chris Brooks. Bouncing it to the left side. Gets a first down. And down near the 38. Let's freaking go. First down, Green Bay. Oh, highlight here. And that is going to be for the Colts and the Houston game. Looks like the rookie quarterback Riley for the Indianapolis Colts gets a first down, keeper, and they're up now 24-23 over the Texans. Toss to the left, Emmanuel Wilson finding some room to run, and he will be very close to a gain of 5. 2nd down. Riley Leonard is in for the Colts. Let's go, baby. I like the update, my man. I appreciate you. Packers rushing yards in the first half, 15. Right now, they are racking up 62 yards so far. Nice delayed handoff, and Wilson gets it down to the 50, and that's another first down run for the Green Bay Packers. Pickup of 6. And, oh, look at that, man. Our boy is going to be a dad. Jordan Love with his girl, Renika Stone, expecting a baby, man. Let's freaking go. Heck yeah, man. Congrats to Jordan Love, man. Gonna be Papa Love in a couple months. And Clayton Tune stumbles, rolling to his left, and is able to get back to the line of scrimmage, man. Able to avoid a big loss. And that's once he becomes a dad. That's what we're gonna be calling Jordan, man. Papa Love, especially after a win. All right, we got 2nd and 10. Ball still around the 50-yard line. Tossed to the right. And Chris Brooks ends up getting taken down after a gain of 1, but ends up running into his own offensive lineman low there. That looks like Kennard got hit in the back of the legs there, so hopefully he's okay. And it looks like he's up and back into the huddle there, so there we go. Yep, she's having a baby like Haley Steinfeld, Jordan Allen, both having babies soon. Yeah, man. Let's go. 3rd and 9. Tune alone in the shotgun. Pressure, and he gets sacked. Damn. And that is going to be number 26, Jackson, with a sack. And what was looking like Green Bay's best drive is going to end with another punt after taking a sack on 3rd down. Jordan Morgan has been absolutely freaking horrendous in this freaking game. He's given up, I think he gave up for sure the 2nd sack by Dallas Turner, and this one he just lets Mike Jackson or Theo Jackson right on that gap on the left side, dude. Dude, Jordan Morgan has been. Great punt there by Waylon, and the return is only going to be to around the 8. That makes sense why they have Allen playing today, because it's their last game at Highmark Stadium. Potentially, but I also think the Bills still need to win, because otherwise the Chargers can still jump them, I think, in terms of seeding. Actually, no. Sorry. My apologies. I should probably double check before I start talking. So the Texans are the 5th seed, the Chargers are the 6th seed, and the Bills right now currently stand as the 7th seed. So yeah, so if the Texans and the Chargers lose and the Bills win, the Bills can jump up to the 5th seed. But if the Texans and the Chargers win, the Bills cannot climb up any higher than where they are now. They need to win to get the 6th seed, yes, but they do need the Chargers and the Texans to lose for the Bills to jump up to the 5th seed. Because the Texans beat the Bills earlier this year, so the Texans own the tiebreaker over the Bills. And I don't think the Chargers and the Bills played each other this year, but I think the Chargers have a better conference record potentially at this point. All right. We're back here. Minnesota with the ball. Ball at the 8. Max Brosmer still in at quarterback. J.J. McCarthy is out. Gain of 2 down to the 10. Captain, where's Philip Rivers today? I thought he was the Colts quarterback. He is now going to be the backup. He has decided to acquiesce to the rookie, man, because I think the Colts are trying to find out what they have in Riley Leonard. You know, Philip Rivers. I mean, he's going to be retiring. He's not going to be coming back next year. But Riley Leonard is a rookie on a rookie contract, so I think they want to figure out if they have something with him. It's going to be a quick throw to the right, and it's a first down for Minnesota. Plus, on top of that, with Daniel Jones having that nasty torn, oh my god, torn Achilles. Sorry, the Achilles. You just never know how that's going to develop, man. You can be like Aaron Rodgers, where you come back kind of fully healthy, or you can be like Kirk Cousins, where you still maybe need that extra year to fully recover. Run to the left. Scott picks up what looks like 7 yards there. So so there. I think the Colts want to figure out what they have with Leonard, just in case Daniel Jones is not ready at the start of the next season. 2nd and 4. Brosmer in the shotgun, running back to his left. And there is a 1 second difference in the game clock, play clock, and we head to the 4th here with Minnesota on top of the Packers, shutting them out 13-0. Captain, they need to keep Riley, though. He's good. He made a pass from the 40 to the 5-yard line. Oh, yeah, he's got a cannon for an arm. What was it? The final play last week? They took Philip Rivers off and they put Riley because he has a better arm at this point in his career. But yeah, man. All right, let's look around the league. Let's check on some scores, man. All right, with 11-12 left. Actually, let me double check here. Yeah, with the 11-12 left in the 3rd, Houston trailing Indianapolis 23-24. They do have the ball. The Giants on top of the Cowboys 24-10 with about 6:50 left in the 3rd. Cleveland at the start of the 4th quarter, they're up 17-12 over Cincinnati. And then midway through the third quarter, the Falcons have extended their lead 13-7 over New Orleans. And the Jacksonville Jaguars, late in the third quarter, they are still up 31-7 over the Tennessee Titans. The football from Riley just donked Texan in the face mask and put it on the ground. All right, we're back here. Brosmer under center here for a 2nd and 4. Play action. Looks, throws to the right. He's got a wide open Justin Jefferson. And he fights his way down near the 41. It'll be a first down for the Vikings here, man. Justin Jefferson staying busy in this game. He has to be close to 100 yards, if not over. All right, Brosmer with the ball at the 41, under center. Minnesota in the eye, handing it off to the left. And that'll... Oh, Chandler able to break a tackle and picks up about 4 yards down to the 45. Dave, did you know that Daryl Johnston, the Fox commentator, played for the Cowboys? I did. Daryl Johnston, he was a fullback, pretty sure. He was played for them during the 90s when they won those 3 Super Bowls. Just to make sure, I will double check my work. Fullback, played in the 90s. There we go. Heck yeah. 2nd and 5. Deep shot down the right sideline, and it's going to be incomplete. There's going to be a late flag, though, trying to get it to Felton, and number 38 for the Packers never even tried to look back. That was Jalen Simpson there. Captain Dave, I'm sorry, but I think the Panthers are going to be knocked out of the playoffs as the Falcons are winning. There's actually 2 penalties on the Packers there, so either way, it was going to be a first down for the Vikings. Allen learned that today, so good job. You're all good, man. You're all good. Heck yeah. I was going to say, I was like, Simpson didn't make contact, but he did. He did. All right. 1st and 10, ball at the 22 of Green Bay here. Run to the right, and that is going to be good for about 2 yards there. Chenandler Bong picking up a pair of yards. Shout out to my my friends, fans over there, if you know Chenandler Bong. All right, Max Brosmer in the shotgun, running back to his right. And I think Green Bay is going to get caught for jumping the snap there. The ball was going to be incomplete, so that would have been a 3rd down play coming up. Looks like that might have been Aaron Mosby there jumping the snap. So 5 yards against Green Bay, and Minnesota will have a short 2nd down play. Oh, yes, my bad. Miss Chenandler Bomb. All right, Dolly, watching Friends. There we go. All right, Brosmer in the shotgun, running back to his left. Condensed formation there. And it'll be a run up the gut. And I think Minnesota's going to be about a half a yard shy of the first, so third and short coming up. Captain, wow, Dave, no CJ Stroud. Also, it's now Davis Mills. Mills? Whoa. All right, we got third and one here. Play action, rolling to his right. He finds a man. It'll be a first down inside the 10. And a first and goal for the Minnesota Vikings. I'm not seeing Davis Mills is playing right now, man. Let me see here. Davis Mills into the game for the Texans, who may have scored one. Okay. Gotcha. So it just happened. That's why. Gotcha. Okay. All right, man. It's going to be backup against backup here. All right, so we got 11:31 here, and left in the game. Green Bay still looking for its first set of points, and the Minnesota Vikings are about 5 or 6 yards away from potentially putting this game away here. Brosmer in the shotgun, ball at the 5. Looking to the right, looking over the middle, looking to the left. He's going to fall down, and he's going to get sacked. Ball is loose. Oh! Sorrell recovers it. Who has the ball? Did they blow the whistle dead? Okay, so the call on the field is a fumble recovered by Green Bay. Oh my goodness. Max Brosmer tries to get up, try to make a throw. Instead, he should have just gone down. Also, don't make fun of me for the noise that I made during that play. It's sounded like a bad attempt to do Tim Allen's home improvement. Oh my gosh. Dave, after you finish, the clock should call Colts. I mean, I think the Colts game might be close to done by the time we're done here, man. But maybe. All right. So it should be Green Bay's ball. So I'm going to put the ball back on the candle. All right. Back on the candle. It would be so hilarious if Green Bay comes back in the fourth quarter to win this game. If they win 14-13, be beautiful. Beautiful. Captain, no. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay, that's yeah. No, no. He made no contact with any Packer player. He tripped up. He got tripped up by his own offensive lineman, and that is a turnover for the Green Bay Packers. Let's freaking go! And right away, Clinton gets sacked. Dude, the Packers' offensive line sucks today, man. Oh my god, Jesus! Once again, another Minnesota Viking right up the middle, in between the tackles, unfreaking touched. Back at the 15, loss of 10 yards on that sack. It's going to be a throw to Matthew Golden. He might have actually just dropped it. So even if he does get it, he's going to pick up like 4 yards. Saying it won't be over when you finish the game. Okay. Gotcha. All right, we got 3rd and 20. Clayton Tune dumping it underneath to Emmanuel Wilson, and he is going to be brought down right at the 19. So the previous play was an incomplete pass. It was overruled, and then Green Bay, even after getting a fumble and stopping Minnesota from scoring a touchdown here, get absolutely nothing, dude. Absolutely nothing. And Waylon will be punting this one away again. And it's going to be a great punt, man. Pins them inside their own 20. All right. So let's look around the league here. We're going to head to commercial break here. 9:44 before this game mercifully ends. My God. All right. With under 5 minutes left in the third, Colts are trailing now 24-26. Texans on top, able to tack on a field goal. Bengals with the ball midway through the fourth quarter there. Browns on top of the Bengals still 17-12. Cowboys trailing 10-24. Giants on top at the beginning of the fourth quarter. And the Saints have been able to eat away at the lead here. They are now only trailing by 3, 10-13 at the end of the third quarter. And the Jaguars have extended their lead at 34-7. At one point, they were down 7-0. Cam Ward has been knocked out of the game there for the Titans, so Jags on a 34-0 run, and they will likely finish with a 13-4 record. One of the Colts fans had a thing that said, "You suck." Oh, it's all right. You know, one thing I learned, it can always be worse than sucking. What I bet you they were saying it to Green Bay. Oh, not sure what's going on, but I was like, all right, all right, all right. All right. So 1st and 10, ball at the 18. I'll move the old ball back to the helmet stand here. Run right up the gut, and I believe that is Jordan Mason just powering his way all the way for a bake up of about 15 yards. And it looks like Javon Bullard is holding on to his left knee after that play, which is not a great sign. Uh, in a great in a positive note, there has been a Green Bay Packer that has just been racking up the yardage, man. 431 yards punting for Daniel Whalen. I mean, those are. I mean, we're talking about Pro Bowl All Pro numbers for Daniel Whalen, man. Closing in on the 500 mark. Let's go, man. At this point, that's what I'm rooting for. I'm hoping Daniel Whalen can get to 500, man. He might be able to have 600 by the end of this game. And if those were passing yards, that would be an NFL record right there. Just saying. Bo Melton left the game due to an yeah. Unfortunately, I think it was around the time where he made that tackle on one of the returns. Yeah, the unfortunate part, Bo it plays corner and wide receiver, so the Packers basically lost two players on that injury, and they need some help in the secondary. They need help at the receiver position, so not great, not great. All right, we're back here after the injury. Hopefully, Javon is all right. We cannot afford to lose him. And it's going to be a great run by Mason. Breaks a tackle. He's to the 50, to the 45. Stiff arms another guy, and will be down near the 39 of Green Bay. Shoddy tackling by the Packers right now, man. Great blocking. Great blocking by Minnesota. A run up the gut. Mason picks up about 5 yards there, getting it just inside the 35. And speaking of Daniel Whalen, I mentioned his yards. That is the most punting yards by a Green Bay punter in history in a single game. So, hey, even when the Packers are struggling, they're setting records, baby. Come on, let's go. 2nd and 5. Browsmer throws it, and it's going to be caught and picked up for a first down on a nearly broken play. Minnesota is able to find 6 yards for a first down. And it's going to be a run up the gut, and that goes nowhere. Might have picked up a yard. Oh. All right. We almost had a fight. Dude, let's freaking go, man. We got 5 people watching right now, man. Thank you so much. Thank you for spending your Sunday with me, man. Thank you for suffering through this game with me. You know, misery does love company. But thank you so much, man. All right, ball at the 28 here. Brosmer under center, play action. Pressure, gets it out on the screen there to the left. Picks up a first down inside the red zone. And Tyler Chenandler, Mrs. Chenandler Bong, able to pick up some good yardage. And we're approaching the 6-minute mark here in the 4th. Houston took timeout to injure. Ooh, that's not good. All right, Brosmer in the under center here. Minnesota in the I. I'm expecting this one to run to the left. It does. And Mason somehow stiff arms a guy to lose a yard. Could have lost a little bit more. This game also features 2 defensive coordinators that are likely going to be getting some calls and some interviews for head coaching jobs this year. Brian Flores from Minnesota has been almost incredible his entire time here, man. The last 2 years, they've been dang good. His first year, kind of some up and downs, but the last 2 years, man, Minnesota's defense has been phenomenal. And on top of that, Jeff Hafley, Packers defense, incredible. And the ball is going to be incomplete, nearly picked off. 3rd and 10 coming up. But yeah, Jeff Hafley for sure is going to be getting some calls, man. The Packers defense, ever since he took over last year, has been pretty impressive. Even when they lacked pass rush last year, they looked really, really good. This year with Micah Parsons, they were looking like one of the best defenses in the NFL. They were able to stop the run for most of the season, and they were not too shabby against the pass, even though they weren't racking up the turnovers. But obviously over the last month, those numbers have gone down, but with all the injuries, it's understandable. Brosmer looks, throws to the left side, setting up a screen, and that goes nowhere, loses a yard on the play back at the 19. Colts number 4 disqualified after talking to the refs. Ooh, can't do that, man. Can't do that. Yeah, you can't get on into a referee's grill. All right, clock is winding down, less than 4:20. Nice. On the clock, Ricard in for another field goal. This one is right down the middle. And Green Bay, surprisingly, still within 2 possessions of tying this game up. They would need to score 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points to be able to bring this back to a level score. So while they're setting the next play up here, let's see what the scores are. With 1 minute left in the third. And there it is. Myles Garrett sets the new NFL record, 23 sacks. And that ends Michael Strahan's and T.J. Watt's reign as the all-time leaders there. Watt obviously did it the last couple years ago, and then Michael Strahan did it in the early 2000s. I think Brett Favre was the sack. And it kind of looked like that, where Brett just literally fell over and Strahan just kind of touched him down. Same thing, Joe Burrow basically just fell to the turf, and Myles Garrett just touched him down, which is very disappointing. Disappointing way to get that record, but hey, it is what it is. But, sorry, continuing with what's going on here. Colts on top of the Texans, 27-26 with less than 20 seconds left. Browns are still leading by 5 with the 2-minute warning approaching. Cowboys were able to make it close. They're down 17-24 with about 13 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Emmanuel Wilson up the gut, and a great return by the backup running back, getting it down near the 39. This is going to be Green Bay's best and probably final chance to avoid a shutout here in Week 18. Falcons were able to tack on a field goal here. They're up 16-10 over the New Orleans Saints with about 10:30 left in the fourth. And the Jaguars keep punching down to their to the Titans. They are now up 41-7 midway through the fourth quarter. All right. Football back on the candle. Hand off to Chris Brooks to the left side, and he gets it down to about the 43. Pick up a 4 for the Green Bay Packers. Captain Mickey Mouse, W's, W's, W's. And Minnesota are going to use a timeout here. Apparently I missed a timeout there by Minnesota. That was their second timeout, so my bad, guys. And looks like there's going to be a little bit of a celebration there with Harrison Smith. From the looks of it, he will, even though he could probably still play in this league, something tells me that he might be putting hanging him up at the end of this one here. An absolute legend, man. One of the greatest safeties of the last 15 years, man. Probably walking off the field for the final time. A potential future Hall of Famer, potential. But either way, one of the greatest safeties for sure of the 2010s and, well into the 20s. All right, 2nd and 7 here. Ball at the 43. Fakes the toss, rolling out to his right, gets it out to Matthew Golden. He's going to pick up the first down across the 50, down into Minnesota territory to the 49. I said that Houston pushed number 14 with the ball in his hand. Gotcha. I got you, boss. I got you. First and 10. It's going to be a run. Chris Brooks breaking it across the 40 down to the 37. Oh, my God, dude. He nearly got away. All right, Tune under center. Toss to the right. Chris Brooks with some momentum, and he gets it down to the 32. Picks up about 4 or 5 there. I will see if they switch over to the Colts, man. I don't think I have access to the Colts game, but I will. After this game is over, yeah, I will check it out, my man. All right, we got 2nd and 5. Hand off to Wilson, and he is able to dive forward for a gain of 4, setting up a 3rd and 1. It was Alan Pierce that got disqualified. It's a tough one, man. Alec Pierce, not Alan. Alec. Colts are on CBS, Dave. Right. Hopefully, Indianapolis is close enough. They'll probably be showing it, but we'll see, man. We shall see. All right, we're going to a commercial break here. Obviously, the old 2-minute warning here in Indianapolis. In Minneapolis, not Indianapolis. Colts are still leading 27-26 early in the 4th. Browns on top of the Bengals, 17-12. 2-minute warning as well for them. And the Giants were able to tack on a field goal. They are now up by 2 scores here, 27-17 with 9:30 left in the 4th. Falcons are up by 6. Once again, if the Falcons win, the Panthers get in. If the Falcons lose, the Buccaneers win the division, win the NFC South, and they head to the playoffs. So the Saints, I mean, if you're a Buccaneers fan, you are hoping Tyler Chuck able to score a touchdown here before this game is over. Otherwise, the Falcons are going to win, and the Carolina Panthers are going to back in to the division title and a playoff spot. With about less than 4 minutes left, the Titans with the ball, they are down 34 points to the Jags. Yeah, right now Green Bay, the only team without any points in the early afternoon games here. No, my dude. Saints lose. Yep. No. If the Falcons win, the Buccaneers are out of the playoffs, my man. Says right here, Falcons win, Panthers in. Falcons lose, Bucks are in. Toss to the left, and Emmanuel Wilson with a first down before going out of bounds. Let's freaking go, baby. Come on. 1:55 on the clock. Is Colts in your area? I do not know, my man. I do not know. I will check after the game here. First and 10, ball at the 23. This has been Green Bay's best offensive drive in the entire game. Shuck bouncing it inside to Wiley, and he's going to be wrapped up at around the 19, pickup of about 4 yards. 2nd and 6 coming up. All right, Clayton Tune under center, hands it off to Wilson. He breaks loose and is going to be barely tackled. It looks like he's going to be about a half a yard, maybe a yard shy of the first. So 3rd down likely coming up for Green Bay. Clock is still continuing to run. It is going to be 1:05 on the clock, 1:05. It's going to be a run and picks up the first down, ball at the 11. We actually did do the Colts, man. We did it when they played the Jags last week, I think. So yeah, so we did do the Colts, but I agree, man. That's the closest game that we have right now, the Colts and the Texans. And Wilson bouncing it to the right side, and he picks his way down inside the 10, setting up a third. They say a third down? All right, that's going to be a timeout for the Packers here. All right, we got 3rd and 6 here. Apparently, I missed a play. Sorry about that, guys. My apologies. Now they decide to play. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think Minnesota's defense is one. I think they're putting in the backups for Minnesota's defense, and on top of that, they are also taking they're playing soft coverage, playing soft coverage, trying to make sure that they don't get beat deep. All right, 3rd and 6. They need to get the ball to the 1. Play action. Clinton Tune throws it away, nearly throws an interception. All right, well, Green Bay is likely going to send out the kicking unit here to try to avoid getting shut out. And no, actually, they're keeping the offense out there on 4th down. Okay. And they just hand the ball off. So is CBS... Let me see here. Okay. All right, that'll likely be it here. Green Bay shut out in Week 18, 16-0. What is going on? CBS is messing this all up. Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure they showed it was 4th and 6. They just showed, I don't know what's going on here. Okay, so I didn't miss a play. They just messed up. Okay, sorry about that, guys. CBS, apparently they just threw in the towel here. 1 second left, and the Packers kick a field goal to avoid the shutout here. Riley just got picked off by Houston. Ooh, Saints got this 6-10 left. Sorry, your Green Bay lost. That's all right, man. The Packers, they had nothing to gain from winning or losing. I'm just hoping that any of the guys that got hurt in this game are healthy enough to play next week. Let me see here, Dave. It would be Prime also. Late timeout. Check Prime. And anybody that was watching this game, is it me or did they show 4th and 6 on that run, and then they showed that basically Green Bay was letting the play clock or the game clock run down because they said final and everything. It was really freaking weird. But anyway. All right, let's finalize the old score here. All right, and the good news is they are actually tuning into Colts and Texans right away, so I don't need to change the channel. Right on. Heck yeah, man. So the Packers will finish 9-7-1. And the Minnesota Vikings will finish with a winning record as well. They finish 9-8 on the year. So, hot dang. Texans on top, 29-27. Sorry, 29-27. Riley Leonard under center, hands the ball off, and that'll be a pickup of about 1. All right, let's look at some of the final scores around the league. Minnesota getting a win over Green Bay, 3-16. The Bengals are on top of the Browns, 18-17 with 49 seconds left. With 30 seconds left, the Jags are going to get a 41-7 victory over the Titans. And the Giants on top of the Cowboys, 34-17. Riley Leonard, something's going wrong with that play, and he is taking off running. Looks like he loses 2 yards. There's a flag, but it's going to be on the Texans for jumping the snap there. And with about 3:30 left, the Falcons still on top by 6. Once again, the Falcons win, and the Carolina Panthers, despite losing to the Buccaneers yesterday, they will be in if the Falcons win. How is it almost 3? My day is flying by. Same, man. I'm surprised too. A little bit of an orbit motion there by the Colts. Hands it off to the former Wisconsin Badger, Jonathan Taylor, who picks up about a yard or 2 on the play. And with the Vikings getting a win, the Detroit Lions, who were the number 1 seed last year, they will finish dead last in the NFC North this year. Quite a turnaround. And Jonathan Taylor with a carry. He gets it across the 50, down near Houston territory, and that'll be a first down for the Colts. In Delhi, maybe it's time for like a small little drink, a little seltzer, It's 5 o'clock somewhere, right? Hand off to Taylor, and he is dropped for a loss of 2. They're trying to get it on the stretch handoff there to the right side. All right, 2nd and 12. Riley Leonard in the shotgun, running back to his right. 2 receivers to the left. Throws underneath, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, and will get it down to the Houston 44. Nice little pickup of about 8 or 9 yards there for... Who the heck is this? Number 26. That is... We're just going to say the backup for the Colts. I do not know the Colts that well. Sorry, guys. I'm not going to lie. I have not really... I've only seen them play one other time this season. And, I don't really know their backups. So if you're just tuning in, we did just finish up the Vikings and the Packers. Very uneventful game. So right now we are watching the Colts take on the Houston Texans. It is a close game. Houston right now on top 29-27, but the Colts are marching. They are in Houston territory. Riley Leonard, the quarterback, the rookie quarterback, able to get to the edge there on the left side and pick up the first down. Doesn't look like he throws. Yeah, man. He's got a cannon for an arm, man. He's got some good pop on his throws. All right, ball at the 34, handoff, and looks like that's going to be a gain of 5 there for Jonathan Taylor. So yeah, I'm kind of extending this stream out just a little bit because we're not gonna be doing a late afternoon game. We're gonna go after we leave here. We're gonna do Sunday night Ravens Steelers. So just to hang out with you guys a little bit longer. Take it easy as well. So this game, this play-by-play is gonna be a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more flowy. We're not going to be super detailed, and unless it's a big play or a big result on the play. Like that one, nice little throw to the left side to Tyler Warren, the rookie out of Penn State, picks up the first down. I actually had Tyler Warren as my fantasy tight end for most of my fantasy season. He was doing great, man, when Daniel Jones was healthy, but after Daniel Jones, man, it was just crashing and burning. It's going to be a handoff to the right side, and they are inside the red zone down near the 17. Nice little run there by number 21. And that is a DJ Giddens, it looks like. I'll double check my work there. Yes, DJ Giddens, number 21. And the previous guy was Amir Abdullah, actually, number 26. Giddens with a carry, gets the first down to the 11. And right now, man, the Colts are marching. There's about 4:35 left on the clock, 4:35. And a highlight, and the Falcons pick off Shuck, across the 50 to the 40, 35, 30, 25, and the Falcons are 3 minutes and 14 seconds away from getting a win, and the Carolina Panthers are 3 minutes and 14 seconds away from clinching the NFC South with a Falcons win. All right, 3 receivers to the right side. Riley in the shotgun, hands it off to his running back, and picks up a yard on the play. Second down coming up. Unbelievable, man. Despite Tampa Bay getting the win, because the Falcons actually have the tiebreaker over them, I believe, they will lose. They will actually lose the opportunity at the division title, and the Carolina Panthers will once again back end themselves into the playoffs, basically accidentally. It's going to be a run up the gut and gain of about 4 for the Colts. And to be honest with you, the way that the NFC South has basically run itself this season, it's poetic that the team that gets to make the playoffs failed to win the game that would have guaranteed the division title and a playoff berth. It's just like nobody wants to win this. Even the Buccaneers that accidentally won that game, took the lead in the division, are not going to be in the playoffs if the Falcons win. 3rd and 5, fakes the handoff, gets it out to his receiver, and he will be, I think, a yard or 2 short of the first down. That was Michael Pittman stepping out right around the 5-yard line. I was just doing a little reading on how free agency in the NFL came to be in 1993. Yeah, man. Before teams, as a player, you're basically stuck with the team. Like if they wanted to keep you and they didn't want to pay you what you wanted, you had 2 options: either accept the contract that they're giving you, or you could stay on the team but not get paid. All right, man. The Colts able to tack on a field goal and they retake the lead here, 30-29 over the Texans. Yeah, man. Like before 1993, like there was free agency in a sense, but it was like you just never teams just players just never really left unless they were traded or just simply were their rights were released, and then you were allowed to kind of sign with anybody. But then again, that is if you were allowed, if the team did not want you. But if you were a really good player, you were kind of stuck with the team that had you. And one of the biggest, if not one of the first major free agent in 1993 was Reggie White. He left Philadelphia and signed with the Green Bay Packers. And like he is credited along with Brett Favre of kind of reviving the Packers. They were kind of a little bit of a laughing stock after Bart Starr and Vince Lombardi left in the late 60s. They were kind of laughing stock through the 70s, through the 80s, things like that. They were not super competitive. And the combination of Brett Favre and then signing Reggie White, arguably the greatest defensive player at the time, to Green Bay, and that kind of gave Green Bay that push to be competitive again, and then eventually win the Super Bowl there against the Patriots in '96. So, yeah, thanks to Reggie White leading the lawsuit while playing in the NFL. Yep, absolutely, man. So now there's a dedicated sense for players to be able to. Granted, the NFL has kind of scaled that back a little bit, because now teams can franchise tag players for quite a bit. Or you can do like and I'm not gonna get into it now because it's kind of boring. But once we get to like free agency, and maybe I'll do like a little video history of that, of free agency, of what teams can do to kind of keep those players, franchise tags, things like that. That way, a little educational. But yeah, 1993 was a big year for the NFL in terms of for the players, I should say, specifically. Gave them the kind of the right to choose where they go, and honestly, it started bumping up the old contracts there, because now teams had to compete to sign that player. All right, we're back here. Colts on top, 30-29, 2:39 left in the game, and the Houston Texans will take a knee in the end zone for a touchback. And the Browns getting the victory, 20-18 over the Bengals. That is the final score. The Jags finish off with 41 unanswered points, beating the Titans 41-7. That is the final score. And with 2 minutes left, the Falcons on top of the Saints, 19-10. That is a two-possession score. And the Carolina Panthers are 2 minutes away from making the playoffs here. Our Cowboys are losing as well. Yes, they are, man. Down 34-17 to the Giants with less than 1:15 left. It's going to be a run by the Texans, and that'll pick up about 7 yards. Yeah, we'll see how quickly the Texans want to run this next play. There is about 2:15 on the clock. 2:15. And they're just going to let this one wind down all the way down to the 2-minute warning. Once again, if you're just joining us, first off, thank you. Welcome, welcome. Hope your weekend is doing well. And we just got done watching the Packers kind of sleepwalk their way to a loss against Minnesota. But right now we switched over to the Colts and the Texans. That is a close game. The Texans are guaranteed a playoff spot. The Colts are out of it. But it's a very competitive game, and it's a close one. It's a close one. All right. So I'm actually going to have the Saints game going on as well. 1:11 on the clock. And is that a touchdown? I think the Saints just scored a touchdown. Bell, number 85, able to tap the toes in. And just like that, with 1:11 left in the game, the Saints are about to tack on the extra point, and it is now 17-19. The Falcons holding on to a 2-point lead here, man. Not only are the Falcons trying to get a win, but the Carolina Panthers are hoping to Atlanta that they can somehow hold on for this win. Wow. All right, Colts game is still on a commercial break here, so. Yep, those are the scenarios, man. If the Saints are able to come back and win, Buccaneers are in. If the Falcons hold on to win, Carolina wins the NFC South. So you can look at the way you can look at this game is the Saints are the Buccaneers and the Falcons are the Carolina Panthers. Whoever wins that goes to the playoffs. Hilarious. Absolutely freaking hilarious. And yep, Giants final score 34-17 over the Cowboys. All right. We'll switch over to the Colts game, but I want to see this onside kick. All right, Saints with no timeouts left. Falcons with all the timeouts. They don't need to use that. Here it is. This is going to be the game. Onside kick, and it's recovered by the Falcons. Kyle Pitts, and that is going to be it right here. A couple kneel downs for Atlanta. It wasn't actually Pitts never even recovered it. It just went out of bounds. All right, man. Carolina can celebrate. They are headed to the playoffs. All right. Switching over to the Colts and Texans here. 1:48 on the clock. 1st and 10. Colts use their first timeout here. Davis Mills throws over the middle to across the 30 down to Indy's 27-yard line. That is Knoll with a nice little slant route there from the right slot. Oh, just whew. All right, the Texans are already in field goal range here once again. The Colts using their second time out here, trying to preserve as much time as possible. But even with this extra timeout, unless there's a turnover, they will not get the ball back until maybe 20 seconds left. But for that to matter, the Texans need to score here, whether it's a field goal or a touchdown. Ball at the 28. Mills in the shotgun. Hands it off to the running back, and he will get it down near the 25. And it looks like we have an injured Indianapolis Colt there on the ground. All right, man. Final score: New Orleans 17, Atlanta 19. The Saints are going to drop to 6-11, and the Falcons improve to 8-9. It's going to be another run, and this one picks up a yard to the 25, setting up a third down. Clock is continuing to run here. The Texans with the ball, 40 seconds on the clock, and it is running. Third and 7 here, and the run up the gut gets nothing, and that is where they will kick the ball here. The Texans gonna let this clock. Actually, no, the Colts smartly holding on to that final timeout and stop the clock with 17 seconds left. Panthers got the AFC. Panthers got the NFC South, my man. NFC South. All right, this is a 43-yarder for Kaimi Fairbairn. This one to give the Texans the lead with less than 17 seconds left. All right, snap, hold, kick, and it is good! Houston 32, Indianapolis 30. We'll see what the Colts can do with about 12 seconds left. So if the Houston loses here, the Bills can advance, right? Yes. Sorry, let me double check here. Yes, if Houston loses, they drop to 11-6, and the Bills have an opportunity to be 12-5. So yes, they would be able to jump the Texans. So yeah, so let's say the Chargers win, the Bills win, but Houston somehow loses with 12 seconds left. Houston would drop to the 7th seed, and the Chargers would jump up to the 5th. Bills would jump up to the 6th. So, yep. So yeah, if you're a Bills fan, you're hoping the Texans lose here in 12 seconds, and you're hoping the Chargers lose later on today, so the Bills can win and jump up to the 5th seed. But yeah. All right, going to be returned from the end zone here. And wasted a couple seconds. Wasted actually more than a couple. They wasted 7 seconds on that one just to get it to the 25. 5 seconds left for the Colts. And the Texans are 5 seconds away from a victory here. It snowed here where I live. Woo! Heck yeah, man. Make some snow angels, man. And the Texans are going to use one of their final timeouts here. Or, sorry, actually their first timeout. Not that much. That's pretty cool though, man. I don't mind the snow, man. I've never minded snow. Never been an issue. It's when it turns into ice or when it's super super windy, man. That's the only two things I dislike about the winter. Otherwise, honestly, it could be like 5 degrees out. There's no wind. It's not that bad. Not that bad. Yeah, and then with Houston winning here, they will either go up against the Ravens or the Steelers, whoever wins that division. It's going to be a quick pass, laterals it to the right side, laterals it again, and another lateral, and it's recovered by the Texans to the 5, to the 10. Touchdown, big man. Let's freaking go. Number 72 recovers it and gets it into the end zone. And it's a touchdown for the Texans. It did not matter. They would have won anyway, but it's always good to see a big man touchdown, baby. Let's go. Woo! Let's go. Look at this. Lateral, lateral. Riley Leonard trying to just toss it backwards. It bounces up in the air. Number 72 gets into the end zone. The big man rumbling, stumbling, and he dives for the goal line. And it's a touchdown for the Texans, man. Let's freaking go. I love it. I freaking love it. I always thought that they were forced to do the extra point. I don't know if that's the case anymore, but either way, hilarious. Captain, it's 26 degrees. Ooh, that's not too bad, man. Especially if there's no wind, I'll go out. You know, get the beach shorts out. You know, throw a little sunscreen on. You don't want to tan too hard. You know. But there it is, guys. That is another game right there. Texans getting a big victory over the Colts. They basically secure the 5th seed for themselves. They will go up against whoever wins the AFC North, whether that be the Ravens or Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. So we will find out who wins that one tonight, and that will be the next game we stream on the channel, man. So I will see you guys in a couple hours. I will see you guys in basically roughly 4 hours, man. So enjoy your afternoon, man. Get something to eat, get something to drink, hang out, relax. It's Sunday, man. And I will catch you guys for Sunday night, man. So thank you so much. Once again, my name is Dave, and I'm not a coach. Go Pack, go.